and we're going to go straight to the backhand now. So what I would do for the backhand is I'd say, John, would you turn around, please? And would you imagine for a moment that the court was reversed and that was the front wall now? And I want you to set up your forehand to play an imaginary forehand towards the back door there. So get your preparation that we did earlier. Yeah, your left hand out there, very nice. And a little bit higher with that racket, very good. I'm going to tap just to remind you of where that spot is so you can feel it in your imagination. Now I want you to, in slow motion, just let's once again, where would you like the ball to be?
Stop.
Okay, now I want you to go through the stroke and then hold the position at the end of the follow through. Okay, all right, all the way through and hold that position. Now stop, don't move a muscle. We're going to keep that a little bit more in front of the forehead here. We don't want it going behind, we want it just in front, okay? Now what I'd like you to do is, at the moment, I'm mimicking your feet. I want you to mimic my feet now, but don't change anything else. Just switch your feet over so that, yeah, actually pull your left foot back a little bit more so that you're in the middle of the court. Beautiful, okay? And turn those shoulders a little bit more, and magically, we find that John's in position to play a backhand. And this is a very important point to get across to your students. There is no magical difference between forehands and backhands. The same muscles are used in reverse, and it's the same stroke in reverse. Same ratios, the same weight transference, just in reverse. Now this time, I'm going to say to John, please would you tell me where you want the ball to be for a backhand? Okay? Now, of course, it's important to remind the student that if they move the racket at all while they're doing the measuring process, it's going to change where they want the ball to be. So they must keep that absolutely still, because that stroke is a very different stroke to this stroke, okay? So again, is that too close to you?
Yep.
Is this too far away?
Stop.
Are you sure?
Stop.
Okay, now in slow motion, I want you to start dropping the left hand first. Left hand has to come down first. Now release the right hand. Keep going through. It's pretty good. It's on the spot. Go all the way back to the beginning of a forehand, but let's have this left hand pointing out towards the ball. Finish off the stroke so you're at the very beginning of a forehand.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now push your forehead towards me. Bend your knees a little bit more. Are you balanced? Do you feel comfortable? If not, adjust your feet until you're a bit more comfortable. And when you finish a backhand, it's almost like you're heading a soccer ball, football, towards the front wall. So you're going to push that head through, okay? Now I want you to go all the way back to the beginning of the stroke. Take that first always. Left hand always precedes the right hand when it's working, okay? And let's have this nice and straight, okay? Push that up there. Head always in front of the leading foot, never behind. Right, it's a beautiful looking stroke. Keep the head forwards. Okay. Say now.
Stop.
Play your stroke, keep your head down. Keep your knees bent, keep your knees bent. Follow through. No, that stays. All right, it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, here, I'm going to ask you it again.
Yeah.
Is the racket right up? So that affects the distance, okay?
Back, further back.
Okay. Let's just demonstrate something. Put the racket across your tummy like that, as if you're going to play some tiny little stroke.
Yeah.
Tell me where the right place for that stroke is.
No. No.
Okay, now go back to the full preparation. And left hand up. Left hand further around here. That's good. Is this the right place?
No, it's too close.
So you can see, folks, that if you don't get the right preparation, the student will not judge the distance correctly, okay? All measurement skill in squash comes from the preparation. So now he's got the full preparation, he wants the ball, okay? Play the stroke, good, and leave the left hand pointing at the ball once you come down. Left hand pointing towards the ball, racket all the way through, push your chest through, open up that chest, like the wings of a plane, wings of a bird at the end. Feel those wings?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, great. Now, going through the basic swing is so important but it's a little bit difficult because people have never done this before, so you have to be very, very patient. Once you've got to that point, you can then move on to hand feeding, which is a little bit like what we did with the bounce hit protocol. So John, I want you to stand in the middle of the court, actually a little further forwards, okay? Typically I would have the person stand on the tee, but this is fine also. I want you to take up the position that we just talked about. If it helps, you can do an imaginary forehand towards the back of the court first. Once you've got that position, good. Now switch your feet over, excellent. Now, what I'm going to do, John, is I'm going to throw the ball up in the air. I'm going to give you lots of time because you're a beginner and you need lots of time. The ball will come down somewhere in this area. It will bounce. It will come to the top of the bounce, and just as it begins to fall, I want you to play a full stroke, and I want you to hold your position at the end. Even if it's a terrible stroke, in your opinion, I'm going to come and talk to you. Now just remember that you need to be light on your feet because I may throw the ball slightly in a place that you're not expecting. When you hit a squash shot, you must set yourself up so that you are facing 90 degrees to where you want the ball to go. If I throw the ball up here and you step up there, where's that ball going to go? It's not going to go where you want it to go. So you would have to back up a little bit, exactly, all right? Very important to get the person to understand the concept of 90 degrees, because when the ball starts getting on the sidewall, if they don't know 90 degrees at a gut level, they will never be able to play consistent shots down the wall. So right now, when you're starting, establish that, okay? So get your position, okay? I'm just going to manhandle you a little bit, if I may, and just turn you a little bit more and that'll up a little higher, okay? Are you ready? Okay? Remember, you let it bounce, but you've got to be ready to move a little bit. I'm going to give you lots of time. Here it comes. Okay, that's fine. Stop where you are. Now, don't move. Now, go back to your original setup position. Okay? How do you feel about this distance?
Too close.
Okay, so I want you on this next one to really listen to what your racket is telling your body to do. Okay? So let's do another one. All right, get ready. But if I throw the ball to here, where will you move? Okay? Now, are you guessing or are you feeling with your racket? Do that again. Okay? Now, racket up. All right? Now, how about to here? Move slowly. Little steps. Do you feel that's the right distance with your racket? Okay, so make sure you're using the racket to guide your steps with little incremental steps. No guessing, feeling. Okay? Racket prep. Okay. Now, feeling with the racket. Don't be in a rush. Stay still, don't move. That was awesome. A little bit more follow through and lean towards me, bend that knee a little bit more. If you bend the knees, you've got much more control of your weight. Can you feel that?
Yep.
Feel more comfortable? Now stay there. Now close your eyes. I want you to memorize what that whole thing felt like. Next time I want you to do it exactly the same. Let's do it again. One more. So find your setup position. Okay, let's remind ourselves of where the magic spot is. Use that to guide your feet. Are you ready? Stay still, a little bit more follow through, stay down a little lower, push your head through a bit more, and just drop this down a little bit more so that your shoulders can both turn through.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Yeah, good.
Excellent, well done, John.
Thanks, Coach.
Stop. All right, so what we would then do is we might do a few more progressions and get to the point where he was consistently hitting it. We then might vary the feeds so that we throw a few at him or behind him or in front of him so that he starts using the movement to get the 90 degrees set up correctly. We want to make sure that people aren't just going straight from where they're standing towards the ball, because that means that they're not planning a shot, they're just running to the ball. And in squash and in racquetball, we want people organizing what they're going to do before they get there, not getting there and then trying to work out what to do. Okay, and so that's the basic protocol for teaching good form. After we've done that, we might, in the next lesson, try some faster balls and show people how to change the preparation slightly to a shorter preparation, and then eventually we might be doing some exercises with really fast feeds where they're just using a short swing, always informing them of the progressions that we're going to make and the reasons for making those progressions.